The cameras were rolling, the lights were blinding, and everything about the moment felt perfectly controlled until it was. Because what started as a simple cover story interview with Kim Seokjin, the worldwide handsome face of BTS, quickly spiraled into something no one saw coming. At first, it was subtle, a pause too long, a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. Then came the words that sent shockwaves through the entire fandom. "Maybe it's time I rock out alone." Room fell into a strange, almost uncomfortable silence after that one line. Even the interviewer, someone who had handled dozens of high-profile celebrities, seemed momentarily caught off guard. You could feel it through the screen. That shift, that tension, the kind that doesn't just disappear. Jin leaned back slightly, exhaling as if he had just said something he wasn't supposed to. "Alone doesn't always mean leaving," he added quickly, a small smile returning. But it didn't quite fix what had already been set in motion. And just like that, the internet exploded. Within minutes of the teaser clip dropping, fans across the globe began dissecting every frame, every word, every micro-expression from Kim Seokjin. On social media, theories flooded timelines. Was he hinting at a solo album? Was there tension inside BTS? Or was something deeper going on behind the scenes? But what fans didn't know was that this interview was only the beginning. Because behind the cameras, things were already unraveling. Just hours before the interview, insiders claimed there had been a heated discussion backstage. Not loud enough to be called a fight, but intense enough to leave the entire room uneasy. According to a staff member who later spoke anonymously, Jin had been reviewing questions when one particular topic came up: the possibility of extending BTS' already massive global tour. He went quiet, the insider revealed. Not angry, just distant, like he was thinking about something much bigger. Moments later, another voice reportedly joined the conversation over call, none other than RM. "Hyung, we need to talk about this before you say anything publicly," RM's voice allegedly echoed through the speaker. The tone, calm but firm. And that's when things started to escalate. "Why does everything have to be decided last minute?" Jin reportedly responded, his voice steady but carrying an edge that those in the room hadn't heard before. There was a pause. "You know it's not like that," RM replied. "We're all trying to balance this together." But Jin wasn't convinced. "Balance," he repeated, letting out a quiet laugh. "We've been running non-stop. At what point do we stop and actually ask what we want?" Those words hit differently. Because for years, fans had seen BTS as perfectly united, 7 individuals moving as one. But now, for the first time, it sounded like cracks might be forming beneath the surface. Meanwhile, across the globe, the rest of the members were also dealing with their own emotions. Jungkook had just wrapped up a solo project when the news of the interview teaser reached him. According to close sources, he watched it multiple times, silently. He didn't say much, a friend later shared, but you could tell it bothered him. Because Jin wasn't just any member. He was the emotional backbone, the one who kept things light, the one who turned tension into laughter. So if he was speaking like this now, something had definitely changed. Back at the interview set, the questions grew deeper. "So when you say rocking out solo, what does that look like for you?" the interviewer asked, carefully choosing each word. Jin paused again. And this time, the silence felt heavier. "It means doing something that's completely mine," he said slowly. "No expectations, no pressure to fit into anything." "No pressure from the group," the interviewer pressed. Jin's eyes flickered. "I didn't say that," he replied, a slight smile returning. But again, it felt different. More controlled, more guarded. Fans are shocked. Clips from the interview went viral instantly, with hashtags trending worldwide. Some defended Jin, saying he deserved his own space after years of dedication. Others worried this could signal a bigger shift within BTS. And then came the twist no one expected. Late that night, a cryptic post appeared on Weverse. It wasn't from Jin. It was from Jimin. Sometimes we misunderstand each other, but that doesn't mean we're breaking. That was it. No names, no explanations. But fans immediately connected the dots. Was Jimin responding to Jin? Was this an attempt to calm the situation? Or was it confirmation that something had already gone wrong? Emotions ran high. The fandom was now divided. Behind closed doors, the members reportedly held an emergency meeting. No cameras, no staff, just the 7 of them. And according to a source close to the group, it was one of the most emotional conversations they'd ever had. "You think I don't care about the group?" Jin allegedly said, his voice filled with frustration. "That's not what we're saying," Suga responded calmly. "But you went public with something we hadn't fully discussed." "I didn't say anything wrong," Jin shot back. "It's not about wrong or right," RM added. "It's about timing." The room went quiet again. Because deep down, everyone knew this wasn't just about an interview. This was about years of pressure. Years of expectations. Years of being seen as perfect. And then, unexpectedly, V spoke up. Maybe he's right. All eyes turned to him. We've been moving so fast. Maybe we forgot to ask ourselves what we actually want. That changed everything. Because now, it wasn't just Jin. The emotions were spreading. Meanwhile, the company behind BTS, HYBE Corporation, was reportedly scrambling to control the narrative. An official statement was being drafted. PR teams were monitoring social media. Every move was being calculated. But the problem? This wasn't something you could fix with a simple statement. Because this felt real. Raw. Unfiltered. The next morning, another surprise dropped. Jin went live. No announcement, no promotion, just a sudden broadcast that instantly pulled millions of viewers. At first, he smiled like always. "Did I cause trouble?" he joked lightly. But fans could see it. The exhaustion. The emotion behind his eyes. "I just wanted to be honest," he continued. "Not just with you, but with myself." The chat exploded. Messages flooded in faster than anyone could read. "We support you. Stay with BTS. Do what makes you happy." The divide was still there, but so was the love. And then, Jin said something that changed the tone again. "BTS isn't ending," he stated firmly. A collective sigh of relief swept through the fandom. "But," he added. And just like that, the tension returned. Things might not stay the same forever. Fans are shocked. Because those words carried weight. Not an ending, but a transformation. In the days that followed, more details began to surface. Reports of individual projects, talks of restructuring schedules, even rumors of a temporary shift in how BTS would operate moving forward. Nothing confirmed, but enough to keep the speculation alive. And through it all, one question remained. Was this the beginning of a new era? Or the moment everything started to fall apart? Because in the world of global fame, where every smile is watched and every word is analyzed, even the smallest crack can feel like an earthquake. And right now, that crack was impossible to ignore. Fans are shocked, the internet freezes. Alone, what does that even mean? Behind the polished image, whispers had already begun circulating, rumors of disagreements, creative clashes, and a growing tension about extending BTS' global tour. But no one expected Jin to address it so directly and so cryptically. Was this a bold new chapter, or the beginning of something breaking apart? As the interview continued, emotions ran high. Jin's tone shifted, his answers becoming sharper, more personal, almost like he was holding something back or finally letting it out. And just when everyone thought they understood what was happening, he dropped another hint. A statement so unexpected, it left even the production crew in stunned silence. Because this wasn't just an interview anymore. This was the moment everything started to unravel. And just like that, What began as a simple cover story turned into one of the most talked about moments in recent BTS history. What was supposed to highlight Kim Seokjin's charm and individuality instead revealed something much deeper, something raw, emotional, and impossible to ignore. Fans are still shocked. Emotions ran high across the fandom, and the reactions haven't slowed down. Some believe this is the start of a powerful new era where each member finally steps into their own spotlight. Others fear that this could be the beginning of a shift that might change BTS forever. And then there are those holding on to every word, every moment, hoping that what we're seeing is not a breakup, but a breakthrough. Because let's be real, when Jin said things might not stay the same, it raised more questions than answers. Is this about creative freedom? Is it about exhaustion after years at the top? Or is there something happening behind closed doors that we still don't fully understand? One thing is certain, the story is far from over. Now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on? Is Jin hinting at a bold solo era, or is this a deeper conflict within BTS that's finally coming to the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your opinion matters more than ever right now. And if you want more shocking updates, hidden details, and drama-filled stories just like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Because trust me, this story, it's only just getting started.